With today's information age, the good record management is essential to the success and accountability of any organizations. Record management refers to the orderly control of the records from the moment they are created or received throughout their maintenance, use and disposal. Efficient management renders essential information that is easily accessible, secure from loss or distractions, and maintained for future use or adherence to the law.
Now, let's first discuss on the main findings of the article. So the main findings of the article 1 is that the implementations of EDRMS does help the Malaysian public sector to improve record management services and the efficiency of the work processes. There are problems regarding low adoption rate, incompetency and skills, and heavy investment. The 10 factors of adoption is actually taken from the Utawut model and from the combinations of information system success model, ISSM, and also literature review. Few examples of factors here is such as performance expectancy, effort expectancy, and also the system quality. Besides that, level of management should also be considered as a new moderating effect. Article number 2. Professionalism in record management practices to ensure good governance in Malaysia, a review. So the main finding in this article is that the aspect of professionalism should be considered in record management, with the most important elements such as integrity, accountability, and also honesty. Second, professionalism is crucial to ensure smooth running of record management. Then, we can say that professionalism component is actually can help good governance succeed. The other main finding is adopting optimal administrative procedure in the management of national resources and behaving morally and intelligently to protect the citizens' rights. Last but not least, professionalism not only involves knowledge and skills, but also attitude and also behavior.
First, ERM is crucial for protecting organizational information, supporting sound decision making, and ensuring legal compliance. Record managers play an important role in maintaining the security, accessibility, and integrity of records. Best practices include having a clear retention schedules, proper classifications, and responsibility of disposal, all in line with national standards like those from the National Archive of Malaysia. However, many organizations face challenges such as poor training, lack of strategic directions, weak infrastructure, and limited support from the top management. For the Article 4, the study reveals that ERM implementations in government agencies remain uneven and face several major challenges. These poor policies, weak infrastructure, lack of proper training, low awareness, and poor record-keeping practices. Despite large investment in ICT, many organizations still rely on hybrid systems that using both manual and electronic records that can slow down digital transformations.
Now, let's discuss on the similarities that we can conclude from all the 4 articles that we study. The first similarities is that all the 4 articles that we study focus on the electronic record management ERM in Malaysia's public sector. ERM is linked to improve efficiency, accountability, and governance in government operation. Next, there are common issues of ERM and EDRM implementation from all these 4 articles. Few examples of the issues is such as weak infrastructure, lack of staff training and awareness, poor policy direction, hybrid system, and also weak support from the top management. These 4 articles have suggested few solutions such as stronger institutional support and strategic planning, targeted training and professional development, clearer ERM policies, and enforcement mechanism. The other similarities from this article is the emphasis on human factor. Success of ERM depends on professionalism, integrity, and motivation from staff. Psychological factors like autonomy and job satisfaction enhance ERM engagement. Next is the methodologies across study. These articles use same methods such as qualitative and quantitative technique. They use the method that focus on understanding organizational readiness and user behavior. Last but not least, all these 4 articles comply with National Archive of Malaysia standard.
So, let me now compare the main findings from all 4 articles. For the Article 1, focus on how ADRMS that can help government agencies improve productivity and transparency. However, it also explains that many users are slow to adopt the system due to low awareness, lack of training, and high implementation costs. For the Article 2, it emphasizes that professionalism is just as important as technical skills. It points out that values like honesty, responsibility, and integrity are crucial for good record keeping and ethical public service. So, let me now compare the main findings from all four articles. For the Article 1, focus on how ADRMS that can help government agencies improve productivities and transparency. However, it also explains that many users are slow to adopt the system due to low awareness, lack of training, and high implementation costs. For the Article 2, it emphasizes that professionalism is just as important as technical skills. It points out that values like honesty, responsibility, and integrity are crucial for good record keeping and ethical public service.
Now let's move on to the next discussion on comment and recommendation. The first comment is many government agencies implement EDRMS, but staff is lack of training and awareness. Second, there is low system adoption that stems from inadequate knowledge of system capability. Third, technological tools alone are insufficient without human capacity development. So, for the recommendation, an organization needs to implement mandatory, role-specific training program for all staff. Second, they need to conduct awareness campaign across all organizational levels. Third, there is a need to promote a culture of responsibility in handling digital records. Last recommendation is that we need to ensure experiential and practical learning process in training session. The first comment for article number 2 is that the article needs to emphasize professionalism such as integrity, responsibility, and honesty as core to effective record management. The second comment is that the conceptual model develops need further real-world validation. The last comment is that the study relies heavily on iterative review without practical implementation. So for the recommendation, the article needs to conduct pilot studies in different public agencies to test the model's adaptability. The researcher needs to include both large ministries and small agencies for comparative insight. The third recommendation is that the researcher needs to undertake these longitudinal studies to assess evolving users' acceptance and behavior. Last but not least, the researcher needs to use findings to refine and strengthen the model for policy and implementation.
So now, let's review Article 3 and 4 and suggest how they could be improved. For the Article 3, it explains about how Malaysian organizations handle digital files and why proper management is important. It uses good references and gives a decent conclusions. However, the writing is sometimes confusing with a long and repetitive sentences. The methodology is not clearly explained, that it does not say how many people were interviewed or how the study was done. To improve the Article 3, the auditor should simplify the language, shorten the sentences, and explain the research process more clearly. It would also help to add practical examples and stronger conclusions with the useful suggestions. For the Article 4, it focuses on the Public Service Commissions and discuss how staff struggle with the training, awareness, and also tools. It also mentions that motivation can affect system success. This article is supported by real data, but parts of it are hard to understand because of complicated language. It also does not give examples from other government departments. To improve the Article 4, simpler language should be used to make the content more accessible. It will help to include examples from other agencies to show their work as well. So step-by-step guides could be added to improve digital record handling.
Finally, we have reached the conclusions of this topic. The reviewed articles highlight the crucial role of electronic record management in promoting transparency, efficiency, and good governance in the nation's public sector. Key takeaways include the need for clear policies, ongoing staff training, reliable technology, and strong institutional support. Professionalism is marked by the integrity and accountability, which is essential to ethical records handling. Despite ongoing challenges like hybrid system and weak policy enforcement, solutions such as leadership engagement and continuous development are recommended. ERM should be treated as a strategic priority, not a technical afterthought, ensure sustainable and trustworthy digital governance.